Hello, welcome. Please stay. I am Attic in thy way, and this is what we're talking about today. There is piano music coming from the garden, but it isn't a garden. In fact, it might. I am currently eating HARIBO, the friendship rings. They are colourful and they are round. They have less roundness in the centre and more roundness on the outside. Sometimes you can find one with the centre where it's filled in, so it's not a ring, but that's a bonus. And that isn't fair, is it? There are 480 grams of them and are defined as fruit-flavored gums. Knowing what the food is like here, it probably contains gums of some fortunate thing. I wish it were me in that, the gumness. I saw the last episode last night. In fact, I watched all of the prior episodes beforehand, just to muster a bit, get my mind on a hob, as they say. The topic of today is beetle, and the one beetle I would like to talk to you about is the Roove beetle. I have known these things for 7 years-ish, give or take, and the first time I met him was in a giant bucket of horse dung. There I was, inside the larger room, and this bucket before me stank like dung, it looked like dung, it smelled like dung, it seemed like dung, it might have tasted a bit like manure, but it wasn't manure. It was in fact of the fecal kind, the manure kind of fecal. I stirred up the poo-poo, and that goddamn piano music is playing again. I don't know where it is. It's not in my room. It got better, and then it got better, and then the piano's gone. Oh no, it's back. And then the poo-poo was worse. And I stirred it. It was a solid. It was a ganky sort of gallid, gunky liquid gunk. And in the bucket, and the more I stirred, and the more these the doo-doo islands began to form. I felt like a god upon these islands, scuttling up from their pathetic little pitiful lives of poo. There was just an ocean, the ocean that I created, the ocean that slaughtered so many of their brethren, their family and their friends, their beloved, and of course their meals as well, floating around in this cesspool of cess. The Beetles. No, not the Roove Beetles. Don't interrupt me and don't buzz to me to remind me of forgotten agonies. They were dung beetles, climbing up from the dung islands, from within the dung bucket, and I had a dung nose from all the ejected ass mud, both in my trousers and in yours, when I get my hands on you. When I get my hands on you. When I get my hands on you. Roove beetles are slick, long, and thin, much like nails if I had any nails, since I started to chew them, and under those nails is just a stinging jelly, so best not to do that. But if you eat my nails, then my skin will start to peel. Anyway, the Roove beetles live all over the place, not just in poopy. They might live in your dookie if you ever clogged up an anthill with your anus. Of course, that is a very large maybe because of all the ants. Roove beetles, but not the ones I was talking about. There's a certain kind. They're called the Stenus Roove beetles, which they are named because, get this, they come from the genus Stenus. Nus. There was a lot of nusses in that. I don't know what a genus is or what a stenus is, but I guess a stenus is a genus. Genesis. These particular beetles don't have any hooves or beaks, like the other beakers or hoovers, and I still think that's rather cruel. I will say one thing. When the Stenus Roove beetle, which I will now refer to as Roove beetle, because I think that is just better, and if they can have a cusk eel and call it the bony-eared assfish, then I can have a beetle called the Roove beetle, because it sounds like groove and beetles groove, all about your bones and under your eyelids, and they love it. And apparently their brains, not the beetles, but the goddamn assfishes, fish eye, can measure at up to 6 milligrams, which the wiki says is small, but come on fellas, that is humongous. When the Roove beetle finds a snack, i.e. you, because you a sexy beast, it will shoot its labia at you. The labia shoots out from the head using blood pressure, and who even knew that Roove beetles had blood to bleed? And if they did have it, then it obviously had to cut one open and taste it to distinguish whether the Roove beetle blood was really warm or just cold turkey. I'm going to quote from the wiki now. The fin rod of the labium ends in a pad of bristly hairs and hooks, and between these hairs are small pores that exude an adhesive glue-like substance which sticks to prey. End of quote. I.e., the sexy beasts known as you and yourself. To conclude, good night and wake up, and don't let the bite bugs bed, because if they do, they'll do it with their labia. You thank listening me. Please forget to subscribe, and if you like this video, please make sure to never ever shoot your labia out of your head and eat someone with it, because there are some freaky peeps out in this indigestion. Oh yeah, one more thing, buy apples.